Hi, Ray here. I'm playing Little Computer People, a game published by Activision in 1985 for a variety of platforms, such as the Commodore 64, Amiga, Atari ST, ZX Spectrum and Apple II. Said to be the game where Will Wright based The Sims off, Little Computer People is more like a virtual pet, as they'll keep their free will and they're much less dependent than The Sims. And the idea behind it is that all of us have little people living inside our computers. And this is just a place we set up for them to come and live. In order to make this theory more believable, every game had a character with a different combination of clothes, names and dogs. After a few seconds, a little man with a red cap and a bow tie enters our house. He wandered around for a bit, and I guess he liked what he saw because he decides to move in. There are a few ways to interact with your friend. The most direct one is by asking him to type you a letter. Sometimes he will do this without your request, just to check in. This is how we find out that our new friend is called Ian. Ian likes to read, exercise, play the piano, play on his computer, and listen to music. You can send him new books to read and new records to listen to. You can also play some minigames with him. There's Card Wars, where you both flip a card and whoever gets the highest wins. Anagrams, where you have to guess the scrambled word. And Poker, which plays out like poker. He also likes to talk on the phone, even though you can't really understand what he's saying. And he likes you when you pat him on the head. You can ask him to perform all of these actions whenever you feel like. Just make sure you ask politely. He'll be more inclined to acquiesce if you do so. You also send him groceries, food for his dog, and you refill his water tank. In one of his letters, Ian thanked me for providing food, water, and entertainment. I'm pretty sure if my pet turtles wrote me a letter, it would sound exactly like this. Now, let's not overanalyze what I'm about to say, but my favorite thing about The Sims is the variety of ways you can kill them. So I wondered, can Ian die? I stopped filling his water tank and sending him food. Left the game on and came back after a couple of hours. With no food or water, Ian started wandering around the house, occasionally tapping my screen for attention. And after a while he turned green. He would lay in bed all day, get up to check for food and water, and since I provided none, he would just sadly walk back to bed. He also started writing me letters more frequently. At first, he had subtle reminders to not forget to feed him. Then he started complaining about my lack of care. And then he sort of started begging. Apparently, you can't kill your little computer person, but you can make him very miserable. I've been murdering Sims of all ages for at least 16 years and I've never felt guilty about it. But I kinda felt sorry for Ian. So I filled his water tank, sent him some groceries and gave him a bit of attention. That was enough to get him back for his usual color. The disc version of the game has memory and you can keep coming back to interact with your little friend. The cassette will make you start over every time you turn the game on, which in my opinion kinda ruins the experience. I find the music to be super pleasant, either from Ian's piano or his records. There's a nice variety of it and you can always ask him to play something else if you're not happy with his choice. There's not much more to the game than doing like you do with any virtual pet. Take care of him or he'll get sick. I find these games pleasant at first, but they tend to get old pretty fast for me. But even if there's not much to do, this was one of the first virtual life simulation games, and the newer ones are still very similar to this. I also quite enjoy the concept of having a little person living inside my computer. I wonder if I can try to pet Microsoft Sam. I'm going to check if he still exists inside my Windows 10. I'll see you next time. Bye!